How's it going today, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be talking about a knife from cold steel, and this is the Finn Hawk. Scandinavian grind. If this is something you're interested in, don't go away. Alright, so like I said, we're talking about Cold Steel's Finn Hawk. A very close resemblance of many Moras, but I guess this is their take on a somewhat bushcraft knife with a Scandinavian blade, Scandinavian grind. And this is a German 4116 cryo-quenched steel, some type of stainless steel, and this is made in Taiwan. The sheath is very similar to its look-alike, or the predecessor, the Moras. It's kind of a plastic thermo mold sheath. They actually did the exact same thing as the Mora companions, actually most of the Moras, where they actually have this right there. Really good retention, not much rattle. But one thing I did notice, just being a Mora fan pretty much my whole life, is that the handle on this one, it's got a good rubber texture, but just the ergonomics of it don't really make sense to me. It's got a good palm swell there, but they actually made these divots. I don't know if you can see that, if that will focus. As you can see there, so when you wrap your hands around it, you can actually feel it. It's a little bit thinner. I'd say it's pretty dang close to a Mora companion. We don't have a Mora companion with us, but we'll get some side-by-sides of a couple of its brothers here. Alright, so as you can see here, this style of knife, it's got a real common Scandi grind on it, as you can see here at the angle, very similar to like what a Mora would have. It's got a decent 90-degree spine. We'll test that in a little bit, but let's go ahead and do a couple just light tasks. Not going to beat up on this knife too hard. Do a couple feather sticks and see what we think of it. And this is a factory edge. Feels pretty sharp. Not scary sharp, but it should do the trick here. A decent little pile of shavings there. Alright, so being a bushcraft Scandinavian style, everybody's gonna ask, I'll get these spiders off me, must be sitting on a spider's lair, but it does have a really nice defined 90 degree here, as you can see. Definitely shed some bark. So we're gonna see what she can do on this fire steel. Seems like she's sparking pretty good. We'll see what we can do here. Alright, so here we are with the Cold Steel Finn Hawk. I mean, all in all, it's really not that bad of a knife. The only downside I would say is probably the cost and the handle. Let's just go on to the handle real quick. So I wear extra large gloves, and when I put it around, it's almost like these creases were made. I mean, maybe if you have a lot smaller hands or even a little bit smaller than mine, you just really feel those divots. And you know, I could see for a long period of use just kind of having a hot spot right here where those kind of taper. And the other thing that we noticed when we were messing around with it is that it actually has a reverse grip, and it actually has a groove there for your thumb. Now, I don't know in a lot of bushcraft settings where you have to have this kind of handhold, but just for example, let's see here, the stabbing. I don't do a whole lot of stabbing, but this is some driftwood, but I think it is red oak, and we'll just see here. Well, with your thumb there, you get a lot of leverage. Man, look how far that's going in. Oh, there's a harder spot. But it almost feels more comfortable in that direction than in that direction.
And you didn't look scared about stabbing that thing in there.
No, it just...
First time user? I mean...
yeah, this is a new...
No fear of your
no
slipping down onto the blade?
No slippage whatsoever. You got this little curl right there, kind of a finger guard that your pinky really locks into. It fits well. It actually tapers better in that direction to fit your hand, how it's thinner down here and thicker up there. And then you also have a spot for your thumb. Man, you can just bury it. Freaking me out. Heat treat's on point. So yeah, that'd be my complaint, as it feels as if the handle is actually designed for more stabbing. So maybe this is a Alfred Hitchcock design, but all in all, it's not a bad blade. Cold steel Finhawk. Alright, so all in all, what do I think of the old cold steel Finhawk? I'd say all in all, it's a pretty good blade. Let's see if it'll focus here. Pretty good blade overall. Very similar to a Mora style. I feel like this is kind of their version of a Mora. For a little bit more money, but from what we could tell, I mean, just in our short testing that we did, was, you know, for a pretty budget friendly knife. And if you're not a fan of Mora, definitely consider one of these. We messed around with it, I played with it pretty hard, and turns out the heat treat, it's really well done. The edge is really well done. The handle, if you have smaller hands than it might be a little bit better. Like I said, it feels really good in the reverse grip. Not that I ever use it that much. Really good quality steel. All in all, it's a really good knife, decent sheath. Like I said, really similar to a Mora, just for a few extra dollars. I mean, really good retention. It's not going to come out of there. Like I said, if you're not a fan of Moras, definitely consider one of these. It's a pretty darn good knife. So if this is something you like, feel free to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, I know some of you are probably waiting for the giveaway announcement, but we are going to let that go for a couple more weeks. Let enough people get involved with that giveaway, and then I'll do another video on that just for that, so that we can give out those 2 knives. If you haven't seen that video, feel free to, there'll be a link up here, or else I'll put it down in the description box. But this is Matt with Outside the Box. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.